Welcome to the Base Girl, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. And Accra High Court has awarded 150,000 in damages against the Ghana Police Service for violating the fundamental rights of journalist Bridget Otoo and two other individuals during the hashtag Occupy Jolobi House protest. The court also ordered the police service to pay an additional 30,000 to cover legal costs incurred by three applicants in pursuing the case. Delivering judgment on Thursday, May 14th, Justice Brew ruled that officers of the Ghana Police Service acted unlawfully and breached the constitutional rights of the victims despite being mandated to protect citizens. According to the court finding, the conduct of the police during the protest was described as unconstitutional, with the judge citing incidents of physical assault, unlawful detention and interference with personal freedoms. The ruling highlighted separate acts of abuse suffered by three individuals during the protest. Bridget Otoo was reportedly assaulted by police officers with her blouse allegedly ripped apart during the incident. Another victim, Vanessa Boateng, was found to have been unlawfully detained whilst officers seized her mobile phones in an attempt to prevent her from recording alleged police brutality. The third applicant, George Anyang, was reportedly subjected to severe assault while live streaming events at the regional police station. The court heard that he was slapped, punched and beaten with a metallic belt and baton by officers. In addition to the financial compensation, the High Court ordered the Ghana Police Service to publish unqualified apology in the state-owned newspaper Daily Graphic. The hashtag Occupy Jolobi protest, which drew widespread public attention, became a major symbol of youth activism and civic resistance in Ghana, with demonstrators demanding better governance, economic accountability, and social justice. So this happened in 2023, where a group of concerned citizens protested against government because things were difficult, our economy was very bad, there was no accountability, there was no formal communication between the government and the citizen pertaining what is going on. And so they went for the demonstration, and as usual, journalists will always be there to cover up whatsoever is going on. And the truth is, we have a right to video whatsoever it is. That is our work. But the people were being mandated to protect this journalist ended up beating them. And this happened during the previous administration, because 2023, then the then president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was in power. He was the president with his vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And you see, now these same people are complaining that, in fact, they are even crying on our behalf. The journalists are not being given the freedom to speak. They are not giving them the opportunity to talk. Our freedom has been infringed on. Our rights are being stumbled upon. But let's be sincere to ourselves. If we are talking of a party that comes into power or a government we experience, and then you are free to voice out your displeasure concerning the works of the government, it has to do with the NDC. This is not politics. During the MPP administration, journalists were being beaten. They were beating them. We saw a lot of police brutalities. Why should you beat a female journalist, excuse me, to the extent of tearing her dress apart? Like, does it really make sense? No, it doesn't. And this happened since 2023. I think they had the same year. And then the police have been charged to pay a sum of 150,000. Now, this is what I want to say. We have the right to cover whatsoever is going on. Without journalists, the government ceases to exist. Without the government and its activities ongoing, we also cease to exist. We work hand in hand. That is why every program that is going on, they call the media house. Why? Because they've realized that it is the media that is going to sell whatever they want to put out there. It is the media who is responsible for publishing it. And so if we, the media, are killing ourselves to publish the works of the administration, and then what we get in return is be beaten or to be dragged and all that, is bad. It is very, very, very bad. This is common in some African countries, but not in Ghana. We are not known for that. We are not known for that. And then one of the things you get to hear from them is order from above. So who is giving them that order? That is what I do not understand. You are assaulting someone and then you are telling the person it's an order from above. And so your hands are tied. We even saw instances where journalists were beaten, their cameras were being smashed on the ground, and no one was speaking about it. And the most funny aspect is they have every reason to back whatever they are doing. Our lives needs to be protected. So long as we are helping you, you also need to help us. Imagine all the media houses in Ghana saying that, oh, we are not going to broadcast anything about any government. You are not going to do anything concerning whether the government want to communicate to the people, whether the government want to put something across. The media is no longer going to help them. How will they survive? And as I said, we work hand in hand. Without us, you don't exist. Without you, we also don't exist. There is no way there will be a protest and you will not see journalists there. They are there. We are there because that is our work. But if we get then we are being assaulted, then does it add up? No. And this issue since 2023, it is during this government and the media maybe. Since 2023. And now they've been fined. For me, I think it's quite okay, but the people, the police officers who engage in that act, their license should be revoked. Because that is the best way we can use that to serve as a deterrent to others. If we don't do that, then we are creating more room for that to happen. Yes, the police will need to compensate her and others, and also bring out an apology letter. But those police officers who involved themselves in that act, what are they doing about them? Are they going to allow them to go scot-free? Or there are penalties that they are supposed to face? Because I remember it was during the same MPP administration that other journalists, and I always use this to cite an example, Caleb Kuda. It got a time his dad said, Ejumano onjai because ebono no. And then when he came out and he was speaking, like, it was funny, but it wasn't. He was being slapped and all that. His phone was being taken. I don't know why these people, they behave like that. See, if you know you are doing the right thing and someone is videoing you, why should you take his phone from him? It is not yours. It is mine. Why do you want to take the phone? And then the most funny aspect is that they'll take the phone and they'll delete every video because they don't want a trace to whatever they are doing, since they know that what they are doing is wrong. But if they know what they are doing is right, they wouldn't have deleted those videos. People were detained. You cannot speak. You just have to shut up. And I can mention a lot. It needs to stop. That attitude is not preaching good about our democracy. It is not. It is common in other African countries, but this is Ghana. And we have the sole right. We have the sole right to video whatever we want to video. Unless when we get to a place where there's been a notice that this place, I remember when we went for, that was beginning of this year, when some group of people were protesting for the release of Ken Ofori-Atta. We went to the embassy and then it was boldly written down that we cannot take videos, we cannot even cross our boundaries. And so all media houses were being kept at a particular place where you can take your video, but you cannot do it above your limit. No, you cannot cross that limit. And so we obeyed, because that is what the directive that has been given to us, and we cannot disobey it. That is reasonable. But in a case where there is no directive, come and protect us. Can you just imagine? Come and protect me and you are beating me up. So who should protect me? Journalists, the lives of journalists needs to be taken seriously. And even aside that, people, sometimes politicians, there was another program we went, and it was Regina and I. The planting of trees. They pushed us, Oh God. The way they pushed us, I was like, as at that time, what the thing is, what will you even do? Because the man was denying he did it, but he did it. We were after the news. We were after the top people we can speak to get the info. This is not a police officer. This is a politician. And then he pushed us. He pushed us. I'm laughing, but it's not a joke. And this is what journalists go through every day. Every day. And I wouldn't say that all these police officers are bad. There are some bad nuts among them who are making the work so difficult for them. And those bad nuts are tarnishing the image of the service. They're making it look as if they are bad. But as I said, there are some good nuts among them. And the bad nuts are also there. Until we uproot those bad nuts out, or till we use them as an scapegoat to others, they are not going to stop. They will still be misbehaving. But when we don't use them as an scapegoat, this will continue. There is no way they will stop. There is no way they will stop. We saw an instance where a journalist was even slapped. And that one too, it was the same politician, Yaibi. A journalist was being knocked in the head. God. So please, we are pleading and we are begging you. If you want us to come and cover your video and you end up beating us, then stay at your stay. Be at your comfort zone. Let us also be at our comfort zone. But the thing is, we poke noses. That is our way. That is what we do. We would carry the info. You need to behave yourself. But when you don't and we get the video, we will publish it. Let us do the right thing and we will live peacefully ever after. But if the right thing is not being done, if the people who are supposed to ensure our safety are not doing it, it makes the work so difficult. It makes the work so difficult. But if they are doing the right thing, then that be it. It will run smoothly. We need you, you need us. We all need each other in this work. And please, those police officers should not be allowed to go scot-free. In as much as the service has been fined to pay that particular, to compensate them with that money, there should also be another way out. Yes, it is true. It is now the whole police, because even if it is one person that commit that crime, you are representing a group of people. But that one person who did that, there should be a penalty. There should be a sort of punishment that will be given to that person. When you do that, it will serve as a deterrent to others. But when we don't do it, and then it's only about compensation, someone might do the same thing, and in mind, it's our compensation. We'll compensate them, and then it ends. What if along the line she lost her life? What if along the line one of them got knocked down, and then he never wakes up, and then he or she didn't wake up or didn't make it? I just say what we will cause here, and that is what we don't want to happen. We are trying to prevent that. There was even an instance where a journalist went to cover this Galamsey issue, and he was being beaten by a military officer. In some video I saw, the journalist was being beaten. Na police no china. He doesn't care. And no wonder they don't care, because they have been taped. They've been given something. If we keep on doing this, we are treading on a dangerous path. And the day it blows up, we cannot contain it. And so let's just prevent such occurrences from happening. The first one has happened. We can still prevent it from reoccurring. Thank you for making time with me on the screen.